And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the is off we go on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. This defense for the Packers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And some room to roam now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Buccaneers hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. Room here to run. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. This rushing attack sure looks pretty effective here on this opening drive.
Yeah, they're finding gaps with very little problem right now. If this is going to consistently be this way throughout the game, there's going to be some adjustments made on the defensive side of the ball.
Now Jones. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. It's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. 54's Mike. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check. Lucky.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And some down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Meanwhile, Jones throw into the hands of Sample. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 40 yards.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays. And now they've got the...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 14-7. Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a... And they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Green 18. Check, 88. Green 88.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers dancing to his left. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 21-7. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. Buying time to his left. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 60 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's able to get to first before he's taken down at the 36. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off-play action. Jones. He'll buy some time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. To at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Jones. under pressure, and they got to him again. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Succop for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll take it inside the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. It's our time. It's our time. Check 37. Roll right. Roll right.
They'll go again to Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Slam, slam, slam. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Yeah, yeah.
Now it's Rodgers. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
He's checking. Hey, 626.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's got room. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. 119 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Fournette is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Succop's kick is good. Going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Box it. Check 26. Check three.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Hey, you block over here. He's checking Craig.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand, because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones uncorks one for Davis. And it'll be intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 143 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Deuce, 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 deuce. Check. Back north. Check hot route. Hot.
Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to Cobb. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team near to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Tough when they're first drive of the third quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
20, Mike, 20. Hey, watch the slant,
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 50 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Drew Sample, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Buccaneers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is now 24. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Rodgers now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 70 yards. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the 10. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 57 yards.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point put through by Succop, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films. They came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
I'm going to come back to you.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike 20. Here we go.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways.
And now here is another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Let's go, D, let's go.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Strip that ball.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette taking it in from a yard out. And the Bucs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Boy, 194 yards yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check your hot read.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a play fake. Rodgers steps away to his left. Completed out left to Dobbs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Zoom. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Packers 27.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From his end zone, Wilson. And this return will never. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Fournette on the toss to the right. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Mike 20. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Mike 20. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, the offensive stay on the field longer than you expect.
Rasul Douglas there to get him down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Up the middle, Jones. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down.
Move. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Shift. Check 3. Hey, Mike.
Here's Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, 88. Kill. Shift. Watch the shift.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. So that last kickoff, just a mere formality, obviously, Charles, wrapping up a game that they should be very happy about, in which they got the win.
Yeah, I thought they were clearly the better team by the end, and they earned this one with a terrific game plan and consistent effort throughout. Only fitting that they had the ball when the clock